In the annals of legal history, the Roman Empire stands as a formidable institution with a vast and complex body of laws. Yet, amidst the codifications and decrees that governed everyday life, there existed some truly bizarre and puzzling regulations that shed light on the peculiarities of Roman society. This exploration of strange Roman laws delves into the depths of ancient justice, revealing the quirks and oddities that once governed the lives of the citizens of Rome. Fountain Water's afterlife. Roman cities were known for their extensive network of public fountains, which provided water for drinking and various other purposes. However, a curious law prohibited the use of fountain water for cooking. This law likely had practical reasons behind it. Fountains were considered communal resources, and using their water for cooking could lead to congestion and delays for others who needed water for drinking or other purposes. Hairy matters. Romans had a penchant for luxury, and this extended to their footwear. However, wearing overly extravagant sandals or allowing slaves to do so was regulated by law. This law aimed to maintain a clear distinction in society between the upper classes and the rest, even down to the style of footwear. Noisy shoes. Roman urban centers were densely populated, and noise pollution could be a significant issue. The prohibition of noisy shoes was likely a measure to ensure peaceful public spaces and reduce disturbances caused by clunky footwear. Toga troubles. The toga was a symbol of Roman citizenship and, as such, was reserved exclusively for Roman citizens. Non-citizens, like freed slaves or foreigners, had to find alternative attire to distinguish themselves from the citizenry. This law underscores the importance of citizenship in Roman society. Public bathroom etiquette. While Rome boasted advanced public sanitation systems, using the streets as a toilet was strictly prohibited. The existence of public toilets was evidence of the city's dedication to sanitation, and this law aimed to preserve that cleanliness. Animal trials. The Romans had a penchant for anthropomorphism, and this extended to the realm of justice. Animals that caused harm or damage to people or property could be brought to trial and, if found guilty, were sometimes executed. This peculiar practice reflects the belief in a form of cosmic justice, even for animals. Forbidden foods. Roman dietary customs were influenced by religious beliefs and traditions. Some foods, such as sausages, were considered impure or inauspicious on certain days or during particular festivals. These prohibitions showcase the intertwining of religious practices and daily life. Unusual burial practices. Roman burial customs were intricate and carried symbolic significance. Laws regulated where people could be buried, with distinctions between social classes. For example, the wealthy might have elaborate tombs, while the poor were buried in unmarked graves. These laws reflected societal hierarchies and death. Marital mystery. The Roman concept of marital fidelity was strict, and married men were not allowed to be in a room with another woman who was not their wife, even if she was their own daughter. This rule aimed to prevent potential indiscretions and uphold the sanctity of marriage. Horse-drawn carriages. Traffic congestion was a perennial problem in ancient Rome, given the density of the population and narrow streets. To alleviate this issue, a law prohibited the use of horse-drawn carriages during daylight hours, effectively limiting their use to the nighttime. Clothing color codes. The Roman social hierarchy was visually reinforced through clothing. Different colors and styles of clothing were reserved for specific social classes, ensuring that one's social status was evident at a glance. Violating these codes could lead to social censure or even legal repercussions. Curfew for slaves. Slaves in ancient Rome had very limited personal freedoms. One of the restrictions placed on them was a curfew. Slaves were not allowed to be out after dark without a legitimate reason, emphasizing the control and surveillance exercised over them. Divorce rituals. Divorce in ancient Rome was a formalized process. It required a ritual, often involving the husband handing the wife a piece of divorce paper, symbolizing the end of the marriage contract. This legal formality highlighted the seriousness with which Roman society viewed marriage and divorce. Flower regulations. Selling flowers was a common occupation in ancient Rome. However, there were restrictions on which flowers could be sold and when. This may have been an early form of agricultural regulation to protect certain species from overharvesting. Fish flipping. Another example of Roman food regulation. This law prohibited the sale of fish that had been flipped over and displayed on their backs. The reasoning behind this law is not entirely clear, but it may have been related to ensuring the freshness of the fish. Noisy funerals. Excessive wailing and noise during funerals were discouraged by law. Roman society placed a premium on maintaining public decorum, even during moments of grief. This law aimed to strike a balance between mourning and respecting the tranquility of public spaces. Chariot racing limits. Chariot racing was a beloved Roman sport. To ensure fair competition, regulations limited the number of horses a chariot could have during races. This was likely aimed at preventing extreme disparities in horsepower between competing chariots. Limitations on wine sales. Wine was a staple in Roman culture, but its excessive consumption could lead to societal problems. Laws regulated wine sales and consumption to curb drunkenness, which was associated with disorderly behavior and crime. Theft of soil. Stealing soil from public land was prohibited. Agriculture was a cornerstone of Roman society, and soil theft could have detrimental effects on food production. This law reflected the importance of safeguarding agricultural resources. Parental punishments. Parents could be held responsible and punished if their children were found guilty of certain crimes. This reinforced the concept of familial responsibility in Roman society, holding parents accountable for the actions of their offspring. These 20 strange Roman laws provide intriguing insights into the complexities of daily life, social norms, and the legal system in ancient Rome. They underscore the multifaceted nature of Roman civilization, where practicality, tradition, and societal values converge to shape a unique legal landscape. Like and subscribe for more.